What's up, guys? It's your boy Cam. I am here with another video. Let's get into it. We are here with Thunder. We have a very, very big card with Charlotte Flair and Dakota Kai in the main event. Really looking forward to that. Hopefully, I think they got an 81 or 82 on the pay-per-view. Some hope, and if the storyline heat is still up there, that we get better than that. We are here in the Manley Fieldhouse in Syracuse, New York. So we should be having a packed crowd. Not packed crowd, but a raucous crowd. Like, you know how those New York crowds are. I want to go there one day. But that's besides the point. Well, what is the point is this Thunder qualifier match. You like how I did that bridge there? Okay. So Tommaso Ciampa makes his way down the ring when he faces Cameron Grimes in the match to determine who will be the third member of Team Thunder. Cameron Grimes comes out in a new Tesla, throwing money in the air. So 82. Let's see what the match gets. 69. In the decent match, Tommaso Ciampa defeated Cameron Grimes in 14:09 by pinfall. The Project Ciampa 2, Ciampa 75, Cameron Grimes 53. Tommaso Ciampa, Cameron Grimes have great chemistry and it showed in their performance. 74. Okay, better, much better rating than last week. I remembered to make this 4 minutes, right? Yeah, 4 minutes. So Goldberg comes out. He vocalizes hearing about this monster, this killer by the name of Karrion Kross. People say he's the real deal, so I wanted to see for myself. You see, Karrion, I didn't come to NXT to fight for championships. No, I just came to fight you. So let's do this. Goldberg versus Kross in 2 weeks' time. Karrion arrives with no music. I like how they arrive with no music, even though, yeah, them interrupting each other with themes, it works in certain spots, but not in this one. He says, you have a deal, but this will be your first match with me and your last match ever. It will be a titanic battle, and only one of us will walk away, and it won't be you. 64. Trish stands in the ring and says that she has a surprise for everyone. The mysterious man from last week is seen heading toward the arena. The lights go out. We see the words, "Save the world, CJP." The words disappear. Then the words redemption appear on the screen. Then the words turn into the name Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson is back on NXT. The crowd is surprised. Juice gets a welcome back chant, and Juice gets in the ring and signs an NXT contract. So yes, Juice Robinson was one of the people that I signed in that huge wave of signings. He was in that Hiromu Takahashi, AJ Styles, Aleister Black signing. So yeah, it's a lot of people. Big Show was in that too, even though he wasn't somebody I was even thinking about getting. So yeah, a lot. These are signings that are going to fill out the main event, mid card, upper mid card. So these are just people that are going to be impact players filling out the roster. And Juice Robinson has around 52 popularity, so he's coming in with some decent pop. And he already has a built-in story in NXT because he had this gimmick of saving the world, and he got released, or his contract was up. He got released. However, he left NXT, he went to New Japan, redefined himself to be a great champ, IWGP United States Champion. Had great matches with Jon Moxley of AEW, and we get to see him making a return in NXT. He already has a built-in story, and Juice Robinson debuted his old school face gimmick, got an initial rating of very good. Standard gimmick, okay, pretty good. 44. Just look at the hip. Okay. But about that, decent reaction from the crowd, but so Pro Wrestling, Deonna Purrazzo defeated Hikari in 7-13 by pinfall, the Fujiwara armbar. Deonna Purrazzo, 57. That's really, really good. Hikari, 49. Deonna is getting better at her gimmick. The performance of Deonna stood out as being good. Hikari is getting better at her gimmick. And Hikari sustained a dislocated hip. Hopefully she's not out. But Hikari is in Stardom. I just got her. I just called her up. Not called her up, but I borrowed her from Stardom. I bought Stardom for those who didn't know. And just using her as a way to put Deonna over. 49. Okay, so Deonna speaks as to what's bothering her. She says that this is supposed to be a time where NXT superstars compete based on talent to see who's the best, not attacking one another through quote-unquote on this quote-unquote war. Kaylee Ray comes out and tells Deonna to woman up and just say it to her face. You don't like how I go about business. Fine. But you can't deny the fact that everyone's hyping up Inferno more than Thunder when it comes to the women. You see these women right there pointing towards Candice LeRae and Camille in the crowd. Those women know what it's like to be held down because of favoritism, because they're not quote-unquote TV ready. You of all people should know. You were off TV for how long? Till they had a plan for you? I'm not going to be held down. I want to show Jason Momoa that this locker room on Thunder is the very best, that this women's locker room is the best in the world. Join us to take down Inferno. I'll give you a week. So Kaylee Ray just being true with Deonna. We'll see what happens, but Kaylee Ray is giving Deonna Purrazzo 1 week. 69. Trish runs down the rest of the card. The main event will be Charlotte Flair versus Dakota Kai in a steel cage. Tyler Breeze open challenge for the openweight title. Thunder men qualifier Aleister Black versus Anthony Green. And Jungle Kiona is in action. Speaking of her, she's in it next, I think. Yup. In a decent match, Jungle Kiona defeated Shoko Nakajima in 12:57 by pinfall of a spinning gut-wrench powerbomb. Jungle Kiona 58, Shoko Nakajima 48, and Shoko, I signed to an exclusive contract and I just let it go down to stardom. I don't call up people until I have plans for them, and I don't really have plans for Shoko at the moment, and I just want her to be more popular. She's got a decent pop, like 47, so I could put her on there now, but I don't really have plans for her. Maybe after the summer, maybe I have plans for her. That's when I restart and shuffle the rosters around, maybe. But yeah, Jungle Kiona gets a win, 58, really, really good. And Brian Hebner debuted a staff gimmick, got in the shredding waffle, road agent notes, booking details, okay. Okay, you got a bonus for Brian Hebner. So that's what I was looking for. Also, I released Drake Ward's, the less I speak on that, the better. If you know, you know. 59. Jungle Kiona gets the win and leaves. The lights go out, and Kimiko Asahara is on the rampway. Kimiko tells Jungle she's near. She wants you. So Kimiko Asahara from Inferno shows up on Thunder and tells Jungle Kiona that she's near. She wants you. Who is she? 69. So Kathy Kelly is backstage with Isaiah Swerve Scott. And Swerve tells Kathy that he's never been better. Even though he lost that takeover, he still learned a lot. He proved that he's an up-and-coming mega superstar and is on his way to become a megastar. He says that there are a lot of characters on the Thunder team so far, but they'll have to line a team up in due time. Damian walks into frame. He daps up Swerve. He tells Swerve that he is great and he's happy to team up with him. But after they win that takeover, he's going to do what Swerve didn't, and that's capture gold. No disrespect. Swerve says none taken, and they just leave it at that. So Damian Priest giving Swerve a kind of a backhanded compliment. He said that you're the best, but he's also saying I'm going to do what you didn't do, and that's win the NXT Heavyweight Championship. So yeah. But Damian Priest, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Tommaso Ciampa is either going to be Anthony Green or Aleister Black as the members of Team Thunder at the moment. Who'll be the 5th member? We'll have to see next week, but let's get into it. In a decent match, the new team, the Vision, I just stumbled across a new team. But in a decent match, the Vision defeated Jeet Rama and Alexander Jessic in 9:46 when Matt Sydal pinned Jeet Rama with a corkscrew moonsault. Matt Sydal carried in terms of in-ring performance. Matt Sydal 72, Mike Kanellis 44, Alexander Jessic and Jeet Rama. I called them up, borrowed them from FSW, my developmental system, and they really did good. Alexander 49, Jeet Rama 53, and they have excellent chemistry, so I might have to keep that in mind. But yeah, the Vision, they debuted as a team last week with that little video package, and they got a win here this week. I brought in Matt Sydal to help the Cruiserweight division. He got busted for steroids, even though he wasn't going to beat Bandito in the first place. I couldn't really trust him at the time. So yeah, he kind of jobbed out a little bit for about a month or so. Mike Kanellis, he teamed with Nick Aldis and formed the High Society. So this isn't Mike Kanellis' first time with being in the tag team this year. But the thing with Nick Aldis was he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling almost all the time. So it made it hard for me to schedule him. And I said, I'm not the hugest fan of Nick Aldis, but I recognize his value. So I said, he continued to be in New Japan. And his contract just ran up, so I just decided not to renew it. And he was on a handshake deal anyway. But anyway, not to ramble on, the Vision get their first win as a team on Thunder. 68. Olivia Gomez says that she's an old friend of Bandito. Bandito helped her out in the tough streets of Mexico. I love that. I love when they say Mexico. He helped her when she was lost, and now it's her turn to return the favor. She wants to help Bandito get back on the winning track, get back to becoming the best luchador and the best wrestler in the world. Olivia said, as for Dragon Lee, we accept. So Dragon Lee threw down the gauntlet yesterday on Inferno, and it looks like Bandito is accepting. Well, it seems like Olivia Gomez is accepting on the behalf of Bandito. 75. Finn Balor comes out with the Balor Club. Finn Balor says the Balor Club is rolling, and soon enough the goal will be too. Everyone is scrambling to try and get a shot to represent their brand. They're trying to earn a spot on the stacked card at Supremacy. I'm the Prince. I already earned my spot. I just take it. I'm calling out any faction on Inferno to meet us at TakeOver. Finn Balor and Balor Club are absolutely probably besides Io Shirai, some of my favorite people to book. Finn Balor, I just love his new vicious character, the Prince. It's just awesome, and I'm just have big plans for him. I already know what I'm probably going to do with him till April of next year, which is going to be Legacy. NXT TakeOver Legacy. That's going to be our WrestleMania, and I have an idea of what I want to do with Finn Balor, and it's all going to make sense in due time. 62. In a good match, Tyler Breeze defeated David Richards of the Hunters in 13:54 by pinfall. The beauty shot. Tyler Breeze makes defense number 1 of the NXT Openweight title. They have great chemistry. That's great. David Richards 70, Tyler Breeze 60. Yeah, so a nice win for Tyler Breeze, and I thought David Richards would be a perfect first opponent since he didn't have anything to do at the moment, and he would get a good match out of Tyler Breeze. 62. Ricky Starks and Brian Cage come down the rampway and beat down David Richards. Brian gives him a drill claw. Eddie Edwards comes out, but he gets beaten down 2-1 by Cage and Starks. Cage and Starks drag the Hunters back to the locker room. So it looks like Brian Cage and Ricky Starks are beating down the Hunters, and it looks like the Hunters might have a new feud brewing. 66. Tyler Breeze tells Keith to mind his business before he gets in his. As a matter of fact, he'll be on Inferno next week to take a special look at the quote-unquote one we should be basking in his glory. Tyler communicates to Keith that he is a workhorse, and he is a workhorse and has always been. He'll rearrange Keith's ugly face with a beauty shot. 64. Allison K. So this is the best rating out of this little Allison K feud with Shazza and Thunder Rosa. So Allison K has a video in an undisclosed location. She says the voices started after she lost to Bianca, but she suppressed them. They came back after she lost to Charlotte. The voices began to become stronger and stronger until she had to release all the frustration, all the anger. Some say that she snapped, but she said that she found clarity. The violence soothes her. The violence calms her down. She needs to inflict pain on others to feel satisfied. She said that Thunder Rosa, after I dismantle Shazza McKenzie, you're next. So yeah, I remember I told y'all, I don't remember if y'all remember, a couple of videos ago, weeks ago at this point, I told y'all that I had an idea for Allison K. It just sprung up out of nowhere, but she is doing this. She had that gimmick before of her being this queen and being the best, but that's kind of Charlotte's gimmick, so I had to figure out something for her to do. And I said, she did lose to Bianca, she did lose to Charlotte. Let's have her snap. Let's have her be psychotic. Let's have her be crazy. And I think that's a good character. I'm pretty sure she can pull it off. So, yep, and she delivers decent ratings. 64 is something I'm not going to complain about ever, especially coming from Allison K. So, yeah, this is a new character change for Allison K. And she goes ahead and fights Shazza McKenzie. In a decent match, Allison Kay defeated Shaz McKenzie in 8:31 by pinfall. The Cutthroat, Allison Kay 59, Shaz McKenzie 47. No Style continues to prove that it's the best product setting. 56. Oh, did I put this at 6 minutes? Man. Okay. But should have put it as 4. That's on my bad. So Reed is backstage with the Big Show. Reed tells Big Show that having him in his corner gave him motivation. He wants him to be there more often. Big Show says that's why he's here, to help the next generation. He wants to see Bronson Reed win gold by the end of the year. Reed says that's his goal as well. 78. Kathy interviews Bianca on the rampway. Bianca tells Kathy that she's looking forward to facing Mayu at TakeOver if the dominoes fall right. She will teach Mayu why they call her the EST, not only of NXT, but the industry. But right now she has more pressing matters. She tells Scarlett to quit lurking in the shadows and step in the ring with her like a real woman. You know why I'm here. You know I'm here every week. Make the first move. 62. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Aleister Black defeated Anthony Green in 13:27 by pinfall at the roundhouse kick. Aleister Black 63. Anthony Green of the Battle, not the Battle of the Mans, the Guitar Heroes 50. 82. So Black is the 4th member of Team Thunder. Damian Priest comes down with his shades on. He opens his hand for a shake, but Black denies the shake and walks off. Ciampa is on the side of the rampway looking as Black is leaving. 63. So MSK video package, Desmond says that their time NXT has been amazing thus far. Zachary says that they've beaten some of the best teams in the world, and they have done it with style. Zachary communicates that he and Dez have a brotherly bond, and you can see it in their tag team wrestling. Desmond says those titles on FTR's waist is coming to MSK. 78. Great rating. Johnny Gargano and Chad Gable have a sit down in the middle of the ring. Johnny says it's never been the same since he lost the NXT Heavyweight Championship almost 2 years ago. It's character change after character change, trying to find himself. He was a heel, face, heel, whatever it wasn't working. Then he realized what he is, and that's the best wrestler on the planet. The guy who gave children a hero, a guy who embodied an underdog, a guy who was the living and breathing embodiment of wrestling. Gable says that's good and all, but I need to win this, to continue to prove to myself that I am a worthy champion. I looked up to Kurt. We could both do the comedy angle and the funny things in wrestling. But when it's time to get serious, we're the best. I need to win. I need to show the world that I'm great. I am ever evolving. I'm not the best version of myself yet. I learn every time in the ring, and you'll see that when I beat you for this NXT Heavyweight Championship. 93. Okay, good. Let's get it. Okay, so Dakota Kai is seen with Raquel Gonzalez in the hallway, getting ready. Charlotte's in the locker room with a robe, looking calm. Kai, Charlotte 2, Steel Cage, main event, next. Hopefully, I'm hoping. I'll tell y'all later, but I think the rating, I'm gonna get it to 79. I would hope for higher, but something happened. So I'll tell y'all later. But 93, great rating. 79, main event. 78. Okay, and about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Dakota Kai defeated Charlotte in a steel cage match in 22 minutes by pinfall at the top rope splash. Dakota Kai 60, Charlotte Flair 90. And the reason why I said it's not going to be as good as the pay-per-view is because I had to keep Charlotte Flair strong. She has 91, 92 pop, and Dakota has maybe 60. And I don't want Charlotte to sacrifice all her pop for Dakota Kai, so I had to keep Charlotte strong, and she was furious. And I was gonna do this at the pay-per-view, but I was so scared because I thought Charlotte might be might ask for her release. I never had anyone do that, so she didn't ask for her release, but I was kind of scared. But I'm interested to see what happens after the show. I'll let y'all know, but I don't think anything's gonna happen. But hopefully Charlotte's pop doesn't take too much of a hit. But hope Dakota Kai gains as well. 78 main event, pretty good rating. We should close off the show right here because we just had an action-packed show. But that's not all. 84. Dakota Kai picks up the biggest win of her career, beating Charlotte in the main event. Dakota Kai celebrates with Raquel on the entranceway. Charlotte Flair is still in the cage as she's pissed that she just lost. But we hear a theme song hit the PA system. I don't give you know what about my reputation. Rowdy Ronda Rousey is here in NXT. The crowd bursts with excitement. Ronda Rousey stands on the stage and points to close the show. So that is literally the last person to debut in these last batch of signings. And we have Rowdy Ronda Rousey here in NXT. I did not expect to sign her, but I'm happy that I did. We could tell amazing stories with Ronda Rousey. She has around 80 pop, and Charlotte's the most popular woman in the country. Really, I think in the save, to be honest. More popular than EO by only a few points, but Ronda Rousey's here in NXT, and she was pointing to close the show. But who was she pointing at? So we had a couple things. Dakota picks up the biggest win of her career, and Ronda Rousey's here in NXT. She debuted her legitimate athlete gimmick, got an initial rating of adequate. I can handle that. And we get an 83 to close the show. I am telling you, that is one of my favorites. This has been one of the smoothest recordings I've ever done, and one of the better shows I've done. Each rating, in my opinion, was really good. Every match was banging. The performances were really good. I think No Style. I'm so glad I found it. The ratings have been really good. So this show increased our popularity in 33 regions, and we'll see what happens. But I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed one. Peace.